Good morning, everyone. It's a beautiful Friday morning. We are back out here on the farm project. I'm gonna put my tripod down and we are going to get started over here. Oh, come here. Sorry. We're going to get started with this project today out here, and I'm gonna show you guys what we got. So this is what we're doing today. It's coming through here, cleaning out all these gums all the way down from that corner down there. I'm gonna mow all this down. The skid steers should be really good for this. Most of these gums are very small and juvenile, inch at the bottom, inch, 2 inches, something like that for the vast majority of them. There's a couple big ones back there. I think those are gums, but for most of this, pretty small. I'll probably have to stop somewhere right in here, and then I'm gonna get the minis right over there. Both minis are right over there, mine and the owner's. Mine has the mulcher, his has the bucket. I'm gonna clean up some of these edges right here, move some of these logs, and then I'm gonna hopefully be able to reach over through here where it gets real narrow, clean up some of this, and then I'm gonna take the Tamagotchi with the bucket and we're gonna clean all this up and actually make this road where this crosses over on this side as well. Because this used to be a road through here, and then whenever he had this ditch cleaned out a few years ago, the guy piled up a bunch of stuff right here and it just got overgrown and you can't come through here. We're gonna take down this big gum as well and clean this up and make a road through here. So we got the skid steer warming up. I've not used it on this job yet, but we're gonna get started right now. We'll also grind up this pile of tops as well while we're at it and get this road put in, and then we'll start mulching out around these embankments on the pond. little bit of good news, a little bit of bad news. Nothing earth-shattering, thank goodness. Good news is, it didn't take me very long to make this road down through here, and that all went fairly quickly. These gums, I think these gums in here are remnants of old, bigger trees. Because if you see, like, watch the blade there, like this is one big stump, old stump here, and it's got like 5, 6 trees growing out of it. So what probably happened here was the bigger gums were cut down, but when you cut a gum, it doesn't kill it. Like if you go cut that pine down and mulch it down to the ground, or cut it off with a chainsaw at the bottom, that pine tree's done. It's dead, it's over with. But these gums are like weeds. And when you cut them, if you don't come back and spray them or dig the stump up, they'll sprout. One stump will sprout like 5 trees. And so the tops of them, the middle part of them go pretty easily because they're thin. I mean, that's like, you know, 1.5 inches, something like that. But when you're trying to cut them at the base, I'm trying to cut through this whole big stump right here, and it's just not, it's kind of hell. And one thing I noticed, I got out to move the camera really quick, and the motor, I may have blown a seal in the motor because it's leaking a little bit of oil out of that, where it connects right there, where the motor actually bolts down to the mount right there. There's some oil coming out of that, so a seal in there. These motors have seals. I think one of my seals has finally gone bad in there. I mean, this cutter's 4 years old, so it's about time probably. So it's leaking. It's not gushing oil, but I did notice some oil down here on the ground, and probably when it's getting a lot of pressure built up in it, it's just kind of weeping out of there. And typically leaks, when they happen, they don't get better, they get worse. So I'm probably just going to shut it down, and I don't have very much further left to go. We just got to cut this little bit here, and then I was going to have to go get the Mini anyway right through there, because the ground, it gets real narrow in there next to that ditch. So this was about as far as I was going to go anyway. So I'll finish this up with the skid, or the mini excavator real quick with the mulcher, and that shouldn't take too long, and we'll get to the end and start getting this road in. Well, we got a road. I'll apologize now. Apparently my GoPro cut off about halfway through the time lapse on this. It's probably about halfway or so. I was getting close to done. I'd made my initial cut through here to open this up. But yeah, it looks good. I didn't want to take all this dirt and make it, you know, level through there. That had just been way too much work. You know, just wasting time on something that's really not needed. He just wants a road through here where he can take his side by side, and then, you know, wide enough for the little tractor with the bush hog, so when this grows up with grass, and it will, he can keep it maintained. It doesn't have to necessarily be flat or anything like that. But while I was going through here clearing all this out, I went ahead and knocked down all these piles through here and got all that graded out, so those big piles won't be there, so he can basically run the tractor right along the edge of the ditch and keep that sprayed and cut and maintained. So that'll be nice. And then this just has a nice little gentle upswing on the front side, and then coming down, it's just got a nice little gentle roll on the downside. Not much to it. Adds a little bit of character to this place because it's mostly flat, so it looks good. I don't think I'm gonna have to do much with that cut off at that hill right there. Honestly, I mean, this is clay. I mean, you can see, so it looks like somebody came and needed some dirt out of this at some point, and they just dug this hill out. It hasn't really eroded that much, so I might take the bucket, get this out of the way, piece of driftwood or something. I might take the bucket and just kind of edge that off a little bit, you know, slope it down, clean up a little bit of that mulch right there, but I don't think it's absolutely necessary. If it was sand, I'd be a little more concerned about it sloughing off, but with this clay, I just don't see that happening. It's too hard packed and it's too thick. I do like working in this clay over here. It's very easy to compact. If you dig a little bit too much, you can always just put it back and just run it down or pack it down, and so it's really easy to work with. But it looks like the rain is coming. I checked the weather about 2:30 or so, and it said it might rain around 7, and then it changed to like 60 or 70% at 6 o'clock. So I think it's supposed to rain a little bit tonight. Might have a little rain in the morning, we'll see, but tomorrow we're gonna start this pond, mulching all this all the way around here, just as far as up as we can reach. That side too, we're just gonna take everything out. And then we're going to clean up this back here, and then we're going to work our way back in through there. We got a whole bunch of stuff to do. Still left to do. Maybe tomorrow, if the weather is nice, I can, maybe we'll find a cricket or a grasshopper here and throw the pole in there. Some decent little brim. Most of them are little. Maybe we can snag one just to see what they look like. All right, it is Sunday, and I have come back to the farm job. I hauled the skid steer out of here earlier, and then I came back for the Mini. I had a few things to finish up for a few hours with the Mini, taking out a few more gum trees in the back there, but got Munchie and the Mini all loaded up with the buckets. We're headed to a new job tomorrow with the skid steer and the excavator. We are going to be doing a rock install for a dog kennel for some kind of driveway parking lot kind of deal. That's probably going to take about 2 days. Got 80 tons of stone coming, crush and run. So we've got a pretty decent project with that, laying down fabric. It's a whole deal. So stay tuned for that, and I hope you guys enjoyed the videos out here with doing all this stuff on the farm project. Still a lot more to do. I really didn't get done everything I wanted to get done, but that's okay. We still got lots of other stuff to do. So we will be back, and it's Sunday, it's late, I'm going home. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Have a great week. I'm out. Bye everybody.